Here are the latest price moves in crypto today. Starting with the general crypto market, we can see that there are a couple more noteworthy movers, such as with Solana. It is up 5.46% on the day. We can also see Maker is up 6.72%. We also have LDO up 5.03%. And XDC up 7.83%. As far as for your mainstream top cryptos, Bitcoin slightly up 0.39% above $27,000. Ethereum is up 0.43%. BNB is flatlined. It's showing 0% right here. XRP looking just about the same. It's down 0.57%. So we're working on fractions of percents here. And if we move over here to the Bitcoin trading charts, we do see that there was a nice candle that took place on Thursday, September 28th, with that hitting a high of right around $27,300 before seeing a bit of a pullback the next day. There was some battling that took place. We did see a decrease in volume as compared to the day before. End up closing out on a red candle for the day. However, it was a closure above the 50 moving average. So 2 days, 2 instances with trading charts. You want to typically look for trends that are 3 or more. So we've got 2 days closed above the 50 so far, looking quite nice with that. Do keep in mind that we saw some attempts here back on September 19th, trying to break above 27,500 and essentially hitting that, getting rejected. We do have something comparable back on August 31st. And just slightly more back on that day. So trying to get above those key levels, I would really be watching. And as we can see, the 200 moving average is actually going up. So based on the trend pattern where we're going at right now, I am a bit curious to see if this is going to make a new significant rally as we're looking at coming up here on a third daily candle closure. We are approximately 41 minutes left to go on the day before this gets documented. Do keep in mind we're going to be rolling into a Sunday. Volume is typically very low and things are quiet on Sundays. But when we factor in that the government shutdown for the United States was something on a lot of people's minds, there were significant concerns and how that could also ripple across for many different people. What we have announced today essentially is kicking the can down the road. As much as I hate that takes place, it happened, and some people may use that as an opportunity to go ahead and capitalize in the short term. But for the next 45 days, I am personally still skeptical about us seeing any significant moves until there is a full resolution with this. So keep in mind, again, we're looking at another 45 days. This is all going to be brought to the table once again. The threat of a government shutdown once again, and it is what it is. But with that being said, we see the 200 moving average is continuing to climb up. If we get a nice little rally, I want to see us try and break above the 200 moving average as well. So technically in a bear market, given the fact that the 50, the short term, crossed below the 200 moving average. But at the moment, we're hanging in there. We're doing okay. Not a lot of volume overall. Things have been pretty quiet. It's nice to see that we did see a pump back here on September 28th, but I would like to see things move up a ton more. So then moving over to Ethereum, good news with Ethereum making that run as well. Bad news is that we're seeing a lot of consecutive days of green in a row. Do keep in mind once again that volume overall has been quite low. We do have that little uptick that took place here primarily on September 28th as well as September 29th. And it is officially above the 50 moving average. So one daily candle closure above the 50, looking at a second day there as compared to Bitcoin. We already have 2 days of candle closure. In fact, you can see that wick, going back to Bitcoin for just a second, it actually had a dip down, essentially got bounced off of that 50 moving average on the bottom of the wick there. So very interesting with that. Now moving over to BNB, we can see that BNB is trying to cross above the 50, but it is having some serious struggles. And it's been having these struggles for quite a while now. So if we zoom out a tad bit here, I'm a little bit more optimistic when I look at this trading chart for for BNB. Because if we go back to that of June 16th, when we had that crossover event for the death cross, this has been in that channel for quite a long time. And ideally, we're going to see this pattern start to shift. An exception to this would be if Bitcoin and Ethereum decided they wanted to start tanking even further and there was other potentially really bad news that came out, potentially the government shutdown 45 days from now, people reacting to that negatively. That could all fuel even more fear through everything that's going on. Also, keep in mind that with the wars that are currently taking place, there are new concerns of further breakouts as there's other areas that have started to see military forces moving their forces alongside the border. The United States trying to call for de escalation over there. And we also don't really know if China is going to be making further aggressions against a lot of the coastal water type areas, such as Taiwan. We've been seeing some provocations against that of the Philippines. And these sort of mainstream major events do have rippling effects across into economics. So do keep that in mind. And we can hope for the best. Hopefully, things will find resolutions, things will calm down. We are coming up towards the end of the year here. Weather is going to start shifting, so we're going into a new season, and a lot of parts of the world are going to see things start to cool down. And with things such as with the war over in Ukraine, that's also going to impact the counteroffensive that Ukraine is trying to do, etc. So, with that being said, going back to Binance, sorry if it seemed like I was going a bit off track, but again, there's a lot of factors to really keep an eye on. And looking at BNB, we have that rejection off of the 50. We're below it. We do not have a daily candle closure yet, but that 50 moving average continues to slant down. So every day that goes by, if we continue to keep moving sideways like this, I would say that it looks like we would be on track right around that of October 4th, October 5th. It would be an inevitability of going above that line. Whether or not it would close above that line, establish itself, and then have a further continuation up, we still have to wait to see on that. But I'm pretty optimistic on BNB itself. And if this makes a run, who knows? We could actually see a really strong push with BNB, and then that causes other people to wanting to push Bitcoin and Ethereum up as well. They're all kind of tied in together, but definitely Bitcoin is the biggest indicator factor of how other things will be moving. SafeMoon over on the Binance Smart Chain, 2 days of candle closures in the green. Looking at a third one here, up 0.39%, $15,000 in buy volume, $11,000 in sell volume. SafeMoon over on the Ethereum side, looking at 5 days of green. We have 0.73 up in the last 24 hours, $2,900 in buy volume, $83 in sell volume. SafeMoon on Polygon up 0.81%, $1,500 in buy volume, $4,400 in sell volume. And Blockbuster Tech is up. This is the third day in a row of being green. Volume's pretty low. It's up 0.34%, $571 in buy volume, $307 in sell volume. And then last is Drip. So same thing, as I've been saying, is that with this, until they actually stop that 1% going up to 365% or the 100,000 drip, that model with the drip faucet, until they stop that contract, there's really no incentive for people to wanting to buy drip, right? There's utilities that they've been working on, everything, but the big news is when they're going to be shutting off that contract and then moving over to other staking models, because that will help stop, that will stop hyperinflation. Effectively, after 100 days, then it's like for sure looking at that. So I'm really looking forward to it. A lot of other people are looking forward to it. And until then, we're just kind of sitting on the sidelines waiting for them to actually execute on that. It's down 2.84% here. It's not a significant drop. This is the pancake swap side. A lot of people tend to buy through the native DEX. So you do see there's only $305 in buy volume over on this side for pancake swap side, and there's $3,000 on the sell side. So not insane amounts of volume going on. You do see that there's transactions happening even as I'm talking, doing this video here. But guys, I'm hoping for the best for everything. And don't forget that Drip does have ties over to the Binance Smart Chain system. If we see Binance start to make some moves, that could bring some more eyes over to Drip. Depending on how Drip, their team, releases these features, it could be a really good opportunity to help sort of capitalize on everything all at the same time. Okay, so that's what I got for you guys in this video. If this was helpful for you, then please don't forget to hit subscribe if you're new to the channel. And if you like this video, then please hit the thumbs up like button. I do have my own Telegram group. There's a link down in the description below, and I would love for you to come and join it. That's Team Crypto Atlas in the description, not in the comments down below. Thank you guys. God bless. Thank you also to my Patreon supporters. Double shout out thank you to WeLoveSafeMoon.com, Victor Vegas, SafeMoon Oz for being higher level patrons. Thank you to my YouTube members for your support as well. And we'll see you in the next episode.